Good morning. I'm Jedi Hill, Amazon best-selling author, and we've got a fun show for you today. Why is self-mastery important to achieve your dreams? And I wanted to start with a quote from Warren Buffett. Ultimately, there's one investment that supersedes all others. Invest in yourself. And the process of self-mastery, you're always learning, you're always growing, you're always expanding. It's maintaining a beginner's or a learner's mindset. And this is paramount for your life. And I'm looking at all the changes and things it's had in my life, and it's indescribable the bliss I've received as I've been on this path, and how much it's helped me work through the hardships and things like that. But when you're looking at self-mastery and its growth, you're always learning, growing. And as I mentioned, Warren Buffett earlier, he reads 5 to 6 hours a day. And myself, and here, let me grab my stack of books here for you, around so you can all see them. Here's currently what I'm in the middle of reading. So you have Stone's Rules, who got, Trump elected. The Hero's Journey by Joseph Campbell. Expert Secrets, awesome book for sales and marketing. Joseph Campbell, 1,000 Secrets. And, how to run an election and win. And of course, I've got my book in the stack. So, it's always learning, always growing, always transforming. And this is not just something you start into one week and the next week you're done. This is something you work on for your entire life. And once you realize that the path is eternal, the work becomes the worship. And I love learning new skills, new experiences, everything to help me grow, because as you keep growing, the one thing they can't take away from you is what you got in here between the ears. And you might lose everything you've got and have to start over from scratch. I've done it multiple times. But as you do that and you regrow and you start from scratch, your assets are the skill sets and things you develop over time. So the self-mastery is huge. And I'd like to tell you a little story. Give me just a sec here. Just a little housekeeping here real quick. If my computer will work for me. Boom. Wanted to share this over the group before I got too far into it. Forgot it first. Boom, 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 boom. So I'd like to tell you a story about my past. And some of you may know that years ago I got smashed by a semi. And, I blew my shoulder down to here. But before that, good morning, Deborah. Thank you for coming on today. Before I got smashed by the semi, I was built like Arnold. I was working on bodybuilding competitions to be the next Mr. Universe. Then, just as I'm getting ready to start competing, I'm smashed by that semi and blow the shoulder out. I gained over 100 pounds in a couple of months, was in agonizing pain, and experienced deep depression and anxiety. And my anxiety was so bad that I went to Walmart at 2 to 3 o'clock in the morning to not have to associate with people, because I felt like horrible. And all these thoughts in my head, it's like, you're worthless, you're no good, your life is ruined, you'll never amount to anything because you got injured. And, it took me a year before I could lift something like this in my arm. And, a few months after the car wreck, I went to Colorado, where I met a pretty cool osteopath and some other amazing people. And I started learning different things because I was determined to fix myself. They wanted to do complete reconstruction surgery on my shoulder. I'm like, hell no, I am not putting metal in my shoulder at 21 and having to have a surgery every 5 to 7 years for the rest of my life. I will figure out how to fix this naturally. So, I'm in Colorado and I start learning about more things such as grounding out, breath work, reframing thoughts, and this is before the New Age movement had fully kicked into gear, and you start hearing about these things in common, as well as, learning which specific nutrients to take to repair my shoulder. I also got rid of my allergies and my asthma, basically cured my dyslexia and all kinds of fun things that over the course of time. And as I regained control of my arm, I was more inclined to keep learning, studying the occult, which is hidden knowledge. And, it did give me motivation to work harder, but I was still in pain and plagued by these negative thoughts, the worthless, I'm not good enough, I'll never be able to do what I once was, and all this type stuff. And, I still just kept doing the work, on transforming my mind, the way I think. And after a couple of years, I was like, I got finished with my workday and like, I haven't had a single thought the entire day. Not just a negative thought, but like no inner mental chatter. It was completely silent up there. I'm like, this is what it feels like to be at peace. Just the level of bliss to be free from the reins of your reactive mind. And it's absolutely indescribable if you haven't experienced it. It's something you have to really see to believe, to understand. But, after I'd gotten that point, I realized I could control my mind, and I kept working on it. Don't get me wrong. I still have things that will pull me out, and I'll think and get frustrated, but I know how to rein back in the mind and go to that peace and calm. And that's why it ended up culminating in this book years later. I'm to help, share the knowledge of how to do this and transform your mind. And as some of you may have heard on Labor Day, you can actually get the book now, Alchemy the Master's Path, for free. For the ebook, just go to alchemythemasterspath.com, put in your email, and you'll get a free copy. Because I know it's going to help transform your life. And, since I'm looking to share it, and you all know I'm running for president, and this is how we transform the next generation and teach them how to think instead of brainwashing them with what to think. So, hope you're having a wonderful day. This is Jedi signing off. May the Force be with you. And remember, going from competition to cooperation, we all win. Peace.